Alright, what's up YouTube? So we're back at it again. As you can tell by the title, I've changed my split. So I'm doing a UL slash PPL. If you don't know what that stands for, it's upper, lower slash push pull legs. And the reason why I've changed my split or wanting to change my split is because my standard PPL split wasn't letting me recover enough and was always causing me to plateau badly. And I've held on for some amount of time, and my body just couldn't keep up after a while. Especially my chest, sternum issues. It was a problem, and I just had to do something about it. It was like, might as well try the UL PPL split because so many people are talking about it, and it says both is good. And so far, I mean, this video is being voiced over a few days after because, like I said before, like I mentioned in some videos, that now that I'm starting school again, um, I don't have as much time to be making videos, but I am making them as much as I can, as much as possible. But I have some videos recorded, ready for them to be uploaded. I'm just working on those right now as I'm speaking to this video. But yeah, so um, I'm a few days into this split, and I have to say it's been working nicely. I find it that it's easier to recover because on my regular PPL, if you can tell on my previous videos, it's a lot of heavy lifting and a lot of volume, and that caused me to be always plateauing. And I'm an idiot for that, not allowing myself to get stronger and recover properly. Oh yeah, here's a little clip of me doing 205 on the incline. It's basically a raw PR, which I'm surprised I got, but incline is getting much stronger. Yeah, but I was saying with the split is that the PPL, it was 6 days a week, and like hardly just one day of rest was quite enough for me. So the UL PPL allows me to get a rest day, which is on Wednesday, and another rest day, which is on Sunday. So on Monday I do upper, Tuesday I do lower, Wednesday I rest, Thursday I do push, Friday I do, oh, excuse me, Friday I do pull, and Saturday I do legs, and then I rest on Sunday. I find that to be much more better and more efficient with me because I'm not like, oh, I need a whole week to recover. No, I don't tend to be like that. I just need at least another day in the middle, that allows me to fully recover and have enough space between lifts to recover without having to expose to using the muscles once again. And they're like probably like 80% rested by that point, and then I tire them again. And when I reach the specific day, I'm gonna use those muscles. They're all tired, fatigued, they don't know what to do, and I can't perform my best. So yeah, so far this split's going normal. I know it's barely a weekend, but time will tell. But I have a good feeling that this split will work because it just feels more organized, and I don't stress my body with too much volume, doing 4 sets of this, 5 sets of that, going to failure. With this split, I just have certain amounts of sets I do and reps, and I do go to failure on these on sets and reps. I, I'm not saying I quit going to failure. No, no, no. Don't ever quit going to failure. You need failure. That's where you grow, right? Time and attention, grow, go to failure. Yeah. But yeah, what I was saying is, yeah, the splits. Hopefully it works. Hopefully I see some better gains, with efficient recovery, and allow my body to, slowly progress much more efficiently without having to stress about recovery. Those have been my main issue. The PPL split, 6 days a week, didn't allow my body to recover, which plateaued me a lot, and it would piss me off. But now that we're doing the split, I hope it all comes well. But yeah. So today, we'll obviously the title. It's upper day. Nothing crazy. Like I said, I'm glad I hit that incline PR, and if you noticed when I was benching, yes, I got some new wrist wraps. They're the Goblin Gear ones. They're the 3.5 ones, the strongest ones they have. Yes, some people might hate on me that, oh yeah, but you don't bench a lot. You don't require those wrist wraps, etc., etc. I mean, it's not that. Look, the ones I would use are the PR wrist wraps. I'd use those. Those, they work well. Don't get me wrong. They're really amazing wrist wraps, upper wraps, whatever. The issue is that my hands really my hands tend to get sweaty easily, and the sweat is dripping all over my forearm, my wrist, and everything. And the thing with those is that they're not long enough that it allows me to fully lock my wrist to the point where it's like not moving. Because my wrist still move quite a bit when I'm using the PR ones. And I've tried out the Goblin Gear ones, and my wrist was locked in place. Like I couldn't even move it. But it wasn't cutting off circulation or nothing because I'm used to wraps. But it felt amazing. Like I didn't feel it, moving around, unstable. No, I felt like I gripped the bar and my wrist joint was just locked in place and ready to go. And that's what I find better with the elbow wraps compared to the PR ones. That's just my personal preference. Some people can work better with PR, some people can work better with Goblin Gear. And yes, I did get the elbow wraps too because it kind of felt weird not having the elbow wraps. But but again, people hate on me because yeah, 5 times are people for a whole bench over 400 pounds, etc., etc. Yes, but if you guys don't know this about me already, is I don't overuse elbow wraps. What I do use a lot more is wrist wraps. I only use my elbow wraps when I do heavy 1 rep maxes, which is a PR, new attempt, or heavy heavy rate repetitions. That's the only time I use wraps on my elbows. Anything under what's considered heavy for my level and my weight level right now, let's say because my bench right now max is 265. Actually, I lied, it's 270. But yeah, and anything under what's considered me heavy repetitions is between 250, no, 245 to 265. For me, that range is considered what is heavier and you do less reps with. So I use the elbow wraps to give me a few more reps to get more accustomed to that weight. What's anything under 245, I don't need elbow wraps. I only use my wrist wraps to allow me to keep my wrist locked in and have support on it. That's the way that's the way you would supposedly want to use wraps. Because if you overuse them, you don't get stronger raw. You'll obviously want to have a good raw bench. Because imagine you bench 315, but your raw bench is still like 235. Actually, no, I lied. Your raw bench is like pretty low. Let's say like a 275. You want to be able to have a strong raw bench too. That's why I have certain rules when I bench personally, when I want to go heavy and when I don't. Anything under 245, no wraps allowed. Because that just turns me, excuse me for the word, but a little puss. I don't want to get demonetized, but yeah, you guys know what I mean. But yeah, when I do heavier sets, it's the wraps and everything, just to keep my also elbows nice and secure and healthy, because I don't want to have an elbow injury. Not that I would, because not really considered a weight that would destroy me completely. But you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, low key, this upper day felt nice. It felt much organized, and I've noticed that I didn't get really fatigued at all. Not in a way that you say, "Oh yeah, I went to failure all the stats and stuff. I went to failure this and that." No, like I felt like a fatigue, yeah, from your standard fatigue from doing reps and this and that, etc., etc. When I'm talking about like fatigue, when you just do like a few sets and you like already want to go home, like that, you like, oh, I don't want to be here today, feeling. No, this I went straight forward. I felt nice. I got a good pump in my upper body. It was amazing. And yes, I do abdominals, but I do that on a separate day, which is on my leg days, because I don't like doing that on my upper days. That's just me. I feel like it works better when I do legs, because on a leg day, that's where I use more of my core. Because I've been using less of my belt. I only use belt again. It's again with same with squats. I don't use the belt when it's heavy sets. Anything under what I consider heavy for my specific level, I don't use belt. Knee sleeves are acceptable since they're not like a wrap, but the injuries do give some boost. But again, even with knee sleeves, I still have a strict rule, certain weight that I don't use knee sleeves, and yes, I do squat with no knee sleeves. My absolute 1 rep max I did ever is 315 raw, no belt, no knee sleeves, nothing. But that video was a long time ago. I don't know if I have it, but if I have it, I'll probably post it in my next leg day video. If I have it, hopefully, if I can find it. And I was surprised when I did that. but I did it at an old gym. I believe it was the EOS. Yeah, guys, but this workout felt amazing. I look forward to progressing with this certain split now. It feels more organized. I have a good feeling I will get stronger because it's so like perfectly scheduled for me to the point where it allows me to recover sufficiently enough, effectively throughout the week, so my next lift isn't using those specific muscles again too early. Allowing them to give specific time for them to recover and not cause any more plateaus. And it is a pain to get over plateaus. That's why a week before I did this, I basically did a deload. I deload basically like going for a weight on certain exercises and days, to get your body recovered. And that's basically what I did before I did the split. And I didn't go on Saturday and Sunday, last Saturday and Sunday, to the gym because again, last week when I did the deload, it was all over the place. Like I couldn't really have, because that week was busy for me, and I couldn't really do the workout I wanted. But it was no biggie. That 2 days actually was a benefit for me because it allowed me to kind of give my body a restart and allow me to try this new split. Sorry about that. But I gave my body a nice fresh restart. I walked in on Monday knowing what I was gonna do. Felt nice and fresh. Was all carved up with all the meals I ate. Yeah, low-key look forward to making a new full day eating video. But I'll be thinking about that for you guys. But yeah, this was basically like the last exercise that I did. As you can tell, it's like nothing that will cause like fatigueness, but still allow me to make the most gains possible. These bicep curls, I do these or the Bayesian curls, Bayesian curls. I don't know what they're called, but basically that you have the cable. You put your shoulder or your arm a little bit behind you, and then you just stretch your bicep like you're doing a bicep curl. I do those and these, but I feel like doing, your seated bicep curls because those are really tough on you. And I feel like these sets were light, to be honest. I needed to go heavier. Like I needed to start at least with a 25-pound dumbbell and go maybe up, or even 30s for that matter, and go up to the 40-pound dumbbells. Most likely what I'm gonna do next session because I feel like this was too easy. Yes, I went a failure, but still, it was a little too easy for me. But yeah, guys, just want to let you know, this is the new split I'm gonna do from now on. Everything's the same, day this, day that of the bulk. It's all the same. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew if you guys weren't confused. But yeah, I really have nothing else to say. Hope you guys, enjoy the video. Like I said, school's in the way, but I gotta do what I gotta do. You know, but it's no issue. I still will be making videos. I'm not quitting this. I won't do any of that. I want to make YouTube videos. It's always been a passion of mine. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.